On this channel, I don't tell men to never talk to women again and stop interacting with women. No, I personally don't believe that is the best path to walk in this life. My message is to live the free agent lifestyle. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams, allowing you to live the life you want with or without women. The only rules this philosophy has are no cohabitation, no long-term relationship, and most definitely no marriage. Besides that, you are free to have bedroom fun with women if you choose to or not, and go monk mode if you decide that dating isn't for you. And speaking of which, when I see men walking away from dating, I completely agree with you guys, because the truth is, for most men, dating is rigged. Dating for men nowadays is the equivalent of death by 1,000 cuts, a slow and painful death. And let's be honest with ourselves as men and stop pretending this isn't true. The only reason you are dating is to clap some cheeks at the end of the night and try to get that paradise peace leave on a consistent basis. That's all you want, and you have to go through hell and BS just to bust one nasty nut. But modern women aren't on that energy, and men are starting to wake up. You see, the modern woman prioritizes herself over everything else, so her main objective while dating is to be selfish and finesse men out of their hard-earned money and not give up the peace leave as long as possible. And she has no problem taking men's money and spending it on Chad and Tyrone while they get to compress her chest with her knees pinned back to her ears. While the simp only receives a thank you and pat on the head for being such a good man. When I look at what women do to men they don't find attractive and the games and manipulation they play on decent guys who aren't interested in playing games, I honestly get disgusted. Because many times those men did absolutely nothing to deserve the bad treatment and backstabbing that the women in their lives gave to them. So trust me, I do not support dating modern XXs, because as I said in the previous video on why men are not approaching women anymore, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Instead of just talking and not showing you what is in store for the men who choose the path of dating and relationships, I came with proof today, and boy oh boy, are we in for a treat. So let's give you a few reasons why men are saying, you know what? Dating just isn't for me, I'm done. One of the reasons why men are walking away from dating is that there is little to no reward for dating modern women. There was once a time when men could date, and either he would get his future wife, or at least he could be more confident of getting some peace leave after 3 months that wasn't getting ran through while he was waiting. Today, not so much. Women are openly dating multiple men, riding the CC, getting pumped and dumped by the alphas, and have the nerve to place high standards on the marriage-minded guys. It gets even worse. Men aren't getting women with low body counts anymore. They come into relationships with high student loan and credit card debts, 4 kids by 5 different baby daddies, unrealistic expectations, and no idea how to treat a man. Many of these women also refuse to do anything for a man like washing, cooking, and cleaning, but have the audacity to expect the man to make 6 figures with a 12-inch salami and spoil her with gifts and vacations. So I have to ask, what's in it for the men that are dating these modern women? A lot of them, quite frankly, don't care about the man that they're with. They just see that man as a means to an end to get her the things she cannot get for herself. So again, I ask you, what's in it for the man? And if you watching this cannot come up with one positive of dating, then you're probably getting the short end of the stick. I want you guys to really look at what you have to give versus what you are getting and see if dating is worth it for you. Let's dive a little deeper on this point, so you are better equipped to make a conscious decision whether to continue dating or just walk away. Let's look at what you must give to date a modern woman. You will likely have to give up one of these, if not all, to try and get some stank. You will have to give up your meat, which is your money, energy, attention, and time. Now let's look at money and what do you potentially stand to lose when dating. If you're going out on a date, you'll eventually have to bring her out on a dinner date, which can run you upwards of hundreds of dollars, and you are not guaranteed sex at the end of it. The next thing will be buying her gifts and bringing her out on vacation. When you add up all the costs, this alone can cost you hundreds to thousands of dollars, and you are still not guaranteed any peace leave. Also, the woman you're seeing after you get a couple of strokes and will start to ask you for money to maintain her life. This can include getting her nails and toes done, helping her pay for clothing and miscellaneous items, paying her bills, and so on, which can cost thousands of dollars. If the relationship escalates to being long-term or leads to marriage, it can eventually cost tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars if you tie the knot. And we all know that if the relationship goes through a divorce, the cost can go upwards of billions of dollars. So this is what you're risking in terms of money when dating women, because last I checked, I don't see many girlfriends and boyfriends that were together for decades. It almost always escalates to marriage or a breakup. Alright, now that we covered how much money men stand to lose if he decides to take the risk of dating in 2022, my question is, what exactly is he going to get for spending so much money? Well, as I stated in the beginning, all men are dating with one goal: 10 toes up and her legs on his shoulders. But notice I repeatedly said that you are not guaranteed bedroom fun from a woman, no matter how much money you spend. You can be in a sexless marriage that ends in divorce and lose millions of dollars to your ex-wife for not having sex with you. So you must understand that the one thing that you prioritize dating to get is not a guarantee, no matter how much money you spend on dates and gifts. Besides bedroom fun, modern women are telling men they will not be doing anything for them. And many of these women don't know how to do the basic life skills like cooking, washing with their hands, and cleaning the house properly. So if you want her to actually do something other than scroll on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok and suck up your oxygen and eat out your food, then you're out of luck. Even if she knows how to do these things, she has no problem telling you she's not serving a man, and you guys will be in an equal partnership. So what is in it for the man? I am thoroughly confused that this is what they come to the table with and men accept it. Any woman you choose to date is more likely to take your money and spend it on useless stuff she really doesn't need than to help you make more money and make your life easier. And she definitely won't bring you peace, quiet, and freedom. So I have to say that walking away from dating is the best option, hands down. Is there any other option besides monk mode? You might be asking. Well, of course, there are other options, because I know that even the strongest monk will want to bust that nasty nut at some point. So the next best option by far besides monk mode is paying for a woman to leave. In case you don't know what this means, it's essentially having a transactional relationship with a woman, where she puts her 10 toes in the air, and at the end of it, you give her a severance package to cut off the relationship, so that there are no more future expectations or obligations between you two. You leave getting what you want, and she leaves getting what she wants. That to me is a fair exchange compared to dating, where you're probably spending more to not get what you want. So if you're not a moral person and you're willing to go to the dark side, then you can start at seeking arrangements. Understand that there are risks to using this strategy, and you're responsible for what happens to you, so be smart, protect yourself, and bust that nasty nut. Boom. Now that we covered one of the reasons why men are walking away from dating, let's give you an example of what modern dating looks like. This will be a story of a woman who clearly belongs to the streets, so let's dive in. The title of this story is My Boyfriend Doesn't Know I Live with My Sugar Daddy. It starts. Dear Pastor, I am 23 and don't have any children, but I have been living with a man who is 55 for 3 years. We live in a gated community, but people don't know that I am his girlfriend. Before I came here, he told me to tell them that I was his niece. I don't use the landline, I use a cell phone he bought me. My relatives have my old number. They think I am living with a younger man. I had a younger boyfriend, but he is away on the farm work program. He doesn't know that I am living with this man. This man gives me everything, but he doesn't like me keeping company. My guy who is abroad is always sending me money, and I deposit it in a special account. I don't know what I am going to do because I am young and I want to obey this older man because he treats me like a queen. He has promised to buy me a car for my birthday. I have friends, but I can't bring them to the house, so I go to see them. Whenever they ask why they can't visit me, I lie and tell them that my landlord doesn't want to see visitors. I don't know how long I can continue living this way. I would like to get married. That is the only thing that may cause me to run away from this man. I wouldn't want to have a child with him. I know I sound confused, but I would rather sound confused than be broke. But I am not broke. I have money, and money is what every girl my age wants. My boyfriend, who is working in America, is 26. Let me get your advice, please. Well, gents, there you have it. She has 2 men supporting her, and she doesn't care. She just wants the money. As she says, every young girl wants money. The only problem is only one of those men is pushing her insides to her esophagus and making her bust, while the other is in another country slaving away while her sugar daddy is knee-deep in her sweet watery guts. That's why I'm telling you guys to pay for these women to leave instead of committing to them, and I know some of you guys still won't listen to a word I say. How would you feel if you had a girlfriend who for 3 years has been getting her back blown out by a man that's clearly better than you while you're working hard to provide for her? Doesn't that make you angry just thinking about it? Well, I don't want you to be angry. I want you to be in a position where you understand women and remove them from your life as much as possible so you don't have to deal with BS like this. But hey, more power to her. She's not going to stop because why would she when she's benefiting? Gents, I want you to learn from these stories and understand that she's not yours. My G, she is temporary at best, so treat her accordingly. Tap that thumbs up button, and if you subscribe and comment that you did, I will personally reply to your comment. And comment below if you want these stories to become a series, because there are a bunch of them that will turn your stomach when you hear what these XXs are doing to our fallen soldiers. And gents, remember, there's no greater power you have over women than to walk away.